Good evening, KSM.
Good evening.
My name is Mavis Amega, the founder of Miss Foundation. I'm here with my colleague.
Yeah, so I'm Wise Chukudi lecturer,
Okay.
a dietitian, and we work together on the foundation.
Okay. Okay. So you handle the dieting aspect?
Yeah,
And
so yes, we handle the dieting and various other aspects of operations of the. So mostly putting together the medical team for our programs, and then when we engaged communities, we try to marry the awareness that we create with healthy lifestyles so that it can help in prevention and even the few cases that we pick up, the aspect of management, their nutrition and all that, take charge of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So apparently, I watched one of your videos on TikTok, and that was what created curiosity. I wanted to know more about your condition. Miss Foundation is actually formed to create prostate cancer awareness because my dad happened to be a victim of SIM, and he passed away in 2010.
Oh, my
So
condolences.
thank you very much. So when I listened to your video, I was quite touched because you're already into the journey of creating the awareness, because most of the men we know are not aware of this condition, and some have heard a lot of strange stories about it, and they are so scared that they don't even want to get themselves tested. So my father's own actually happened because I think he got diagnosed earlier, and he was scared that the surgery might not go on well. So he decided that he was not going to make himself available for it. And then that had a great impact on him because he wasn't aware. So the things that he was supposed to do, medications and all that, he wasn't even on the medication. And we got to know this later part, I think. That's 2009. And at that time, it was already out of control. And then I think we went to the hospital, we were requested to come to Kolebu for some MRI. And things just went so fast.
So fast, yeah.
Well, at the time he said his tummy and he was admitted, they requested for catheter to be inserted. Once the catheter was inserted, he got paralyzed. That was how bad things were. And this whole thing happened so fast.
So fast.
You know. And then for you to go to the hospital and the doctor says, I want to speak to you, and you ask why, and the doctor was like, your case is a hopeless situation, and we have to discharge you. Yes, you have to discharge you to go home, and then you'll be coming back for checkups. And, you know, for the family to be able to try to rally, we were not ready for this. Because he wasn't well, he just went to the hospital, he was admitted, and next day they said, your case is a hopeless one, you need to go home. You know, it was a strong hit for the family, for you to accept the situation, knowing that the one you love so much is dying away and you do not have any control over it was really a difficult situation. So when finally he passed away, I said, see, I don't know what's best I can do to honor his memory. The best I can do is to ensure that everyone I meet gets to know about this condition. They should get themselves tested. At least know about it. If you know your status, you know how to go about managing the condition. It is not that bad, especially if you get yourself tested at an early time. You get to know about it, so you know how to go about it. So when I saw your story, I said, okay, I was really touched because yours was not only talking about your condition, you were really sensitizing people, and you were talking about the step-by-step processes that you've gone through. So you are where you are now. And I am happy to see you looking very healthy.
Thank you.
You know, you're looking very healthy.
When I read his diet books, I look healthier.
Yes. So I was really happy, and I said, okay, let's meet up with you to get to know how you've been going through your journey, because you've really done well. And I feel so happy and let's hear from you. You are a survivor, let me say so. And the words you give out there to encourage those who have not taken the efforts to get themselves tested.
Yeah.
And then to also take away that notion that it is that's bad, that you don't even want to go and get
And
yourself
find them. Yeah.
tested.
Yeah.
So we've done a number of projects, which I'll leave that to Mr. Lecha to talk about after you have spoken about your journey. Then we'll touch base on that. That is why we are here to visit you today.
Well,
Thank you.
fantastic. And I have to remind myself I'm not the host of this show, so I can keep quiet. but thank you very much for inviting me. And after I'd gone through my whole procedure, I said I have to sensitize all men to understand, that this thing is real.
Exactly.
The bad news is that once you turn 40 plus,
Exactly.
chances are you're going to have an enlarged prostate,
Exactly.
And so your safest bet is to keep checking,
Exactly.
And I'm saying it nicely, like I was checking. I wasn't checking that much. Occasionally when I do my physicals, they would check my PSA. PSA means prostate specific antigen.
Exactly. Test.
Yeah, I think if it's something that your prostate glands emit into your bloodstream, and that's how. So anyway, mine got a little bit high, and the interesting thing is that I didn't feel any symptoms. I was okay. Normally they say frequency in urination.
Exactly.
There are all
Yeah.
these symptoms that you feel.
Yeah.
I was very, very okay. I wasn't, and I think also what misled me a bit is that I'm very, very active in terms of exercise.
Okay.
Yeah. Every morning I have to walk a minimum of 6K, that kind of lifestyle,
Yeah.
Every morning I either go to Legon to walk or go to the gym and do the treadmill. It was something that I did all the time,
Yeah.
So my mind was, I must not have anything serious,
Yes.
you know.
You are keeping healthy.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping healthy. You can't be doing all these walks in the morning and you're not well.
Exactly.
So even though I saw that the PSA was going high, I was like, oh, well, but I'm okay. So now when I'm advising people, I tell them, I think there's a difference between being healthy and being fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was very, very fit,
It's
but
not
evidently
healthy.
not healthy.
Yeah.
But you assume that once you are fit, you're healthy.
Exactly.
It's like an automatic thing. So that's what I learned. And the way it happened was I had a friend who worked at the gym where I go to, who left the gym and went to join the American Rejuvenation Center, some male clinic, that does testing. So my friend kept encouraging me, oh, please come and do your PSA, let's da-da-da-da-da. And I'm a strong guy, man, I'm fit, so I wouldn't,
Yeah.
but he kept calling. So one day, it was almost like, okay, for your sake, I'll go and do
for you.
it. No one near you. I'll go and do it and shame you.
Yeah.
So I went to do the test, and the results came, and the doctor called me in, and he said the PSA was too high. And when it's enlarged, it is high, But when it is high, it doesn't necessarily mean it is cancerous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he thought it was high, and the only way you can find out whether it is high with cancer or high and benign is to do, what do you call that thing? Biopsy. So he scheduled me to come in for a biopsy. And incidentally, that time I was going to my daughter's wedding outside Ghana. So I told my daughter, I want to schedule an appointment for me. When I come, I want to go and do the biopsy, So I left Ghana very, very fit. I was okay. The PSA was kind of high, but I was strong. I was okay. And so I went there. They did their own PSA to make sure that the numbers were right. They thought it was high. So they scheduled me for a biopsy, which I went. And took about a week to get the results out, And here I must commend Ghana. When you go to MDS Lancet,
Yeah,
you go there in the
yeah,
morning,
yeah.
by 2 p.m. it's in your email.
Yeah, yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So when I went to the US, I said, oh, if even in Ghana I can do morning and get it by 2 p.m. there, this one I can wait and get it. Surprisingly, it took like almost a week
Okay.
or so before the results came out.
Yeah, I'm sure they were doing.
Doing all sorts of
quality control.
Yes,
They wouldn't want to give you a bad news.
But yes,
And they are not
that
sure
they have
later
not
come
really
to
checked. So
you're very right.
it's-
You're
I'm
very
sure.
right. So it took a while, and then when he came in, we had a conference call with the doctor, and he says, "Well, I'm sorry to give you the bad news, because the biopsy indicates that there is some cancer, and so we have to do the next step. I think the word is metastasized, when the cancer
it's
goes into
spreading.
other, spreads into other
Yeah.
parts.
Metastatized.
Yeah, they say it's
Metastatized.
metastasized. I never.
So they wanted to check whether it has
Yes,
spread.
yes.
It has
Once
spread
it came
to
in,
any
they said I
other
should do
organ
a
of
few
the
more
body.
tests so that they can check. So I think I did. I don't remember the names. I did a bone scan
Okay.
for them to check whether it had crept into any of the bones. Fortunately, it hadn't. Then I did a PET scan to check whether it had crept into the organs, my kidney, my liver, other vital organs. So I did the PET scan. Fortunately, it came, and
was
it
okay.
hadn't. And they did one other scan. I think that was the MRI. I don't know what they were checking, but they did a third one. All this time they took about a month. Doing all these various tests. And so the good news for me then was that
It has not spread to other
you
parts
do
of your
have
body.
cancer,
Yeah.
but fortunately for you, it hasn't
can
spread.
be managed.
Yes, but I have 2 months.
To get this done.
Yeah, to get it done, or then it will start spreading.
Going bad.
Yeah, and if it's a very aggressive one there, then
Yeah.
So I basically had 2 months, and so it's funny because actually, I guess it was because the visa requirements or something. I had to come to Ghana
Can go back.
and go back and do it, because the other one was expiring, so I had to get a longer one and then go back, So I came to Ghana. I was still doing my workouts, by the way, because I wasn't still feeling anything. I just knew that my prostate had enlarged and I had cancer, But I still made sure I kept on with my routine. Yeah. And so I went back, and they did I think they call it robotic. They did just a small incision here.
Okay.
It's just about 1 inch long. And they put some robot in there straight to go to your prostate glands. And mine, they said that the way it has spread, fortunately, it hadn't spread to any of my vital parts, but it was quite spread. So the decision was made that they should get rid of the entire prostate glands. Yeah. So they took the whole thing, and then put me on the what every man hates to encounter, catheter. Yeah. What every man hates to encounter, I was put on it, And I want to be real for men to understand, that I've gone through all this. Look at me sitting here.
Exactly.
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 So don't let the fear of that keep you from anything, So anyway, I was put on it, and then I did the surgery, not the surgery, but the robotic thing. And I was there for about a month, doing small exercises, walking and everything, until the catheter was removed. And I think about a month later, they said, "Okay, you're okay
good to go.
good to go." So I came to Ghana, and when I was coming, they said, "Still keep checking your PSA." So I came back, and I think after a month, I went to check the PSA, and the results was, by the way, it went as high as 66.
Okay, that's high.
That's high, That's high. That's almost stage 1 in cancer level or something like that, So anyway, after the surgery and I came to Ghana and I did the PSA, I think it was 0.2,
Okay.
which means that drastically
Well
dropped,
done.
Yeah.
But I went again the next month and it was 0.3,
Okay.
You start asking why is it not going up?
So I went back again the third time, and I think he had reached 4, So I called the doctor, and he says he's not happy, because it means that
There's
there's some
so
stubborn one hiding
yeah.
somewhere, So you need to come back. I said, but you're taking out the whole thing.
What else is there?
You're taking out the whole thing. He says there was something called lymph nodes, something, and it's possible that there was some hiding.
Infections,
Yeah, So I should come back, but since they've done the surgery and taking the whole thing out, when I come back this time, I was going to do radiation.
Okay.
So they actually scheduled me for 33 episodes of radiation.
Ooh.
Every morning. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt. It's almost like just taking an X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
The difficult part of the radiation is you have to drink a lot in the morning, get your stomach very full,
Bladder very
fill up your bladder
Yeah.
till you feel like peeing. Then they go and radiate you. So I did 33 episodes of radiation. And the Americans want everything to be fun. After my 33rd radiation, when they finished, I was actually given a certificate for graduation. So I graduated from my radiation,
Yeah.
So stayed there for a bit more, and then he said, I'm good to go.
Okay.
But go and check your PSA, definitely. So I came back again, and then when I checked my PSA, it was 0.01. And he was very happy because he says technically that meant that there were no traces of cancer
Anymore.
Yeah. So basically he said, well, we are all hoping for the best, but you can practically call yourself a cancer survivor.
Yeah.